Welcome to the Omnia Sol Art Show, the glitch art video podcast hosted by Omnia Sol. Episode 17. Variety Hours. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Omnia Sol Art Show. This is actually a very special episode because for the first time ever, well, two big firsts. So the big first, well, I guess second guest I've ever had on the show, first guest to have throughout the entire episode, we have the very talented Mitch Mitchell from the Mitch Mitchell Variety Hour, as well as the band Noiseland, the bassist of Noiseland, here with me in the studio. How you doing tonight, Mitch?
Hi, pretty good. How are you doing?
Doing good. So before further ado, let's go ahead and get into our first segment because it will really help people understand the what they're looking at right now. It is time for What am I glitching tonight? So tonight we are using a new piece of equipment. We are using the Fritz D-Controller from BPMC. If you are interested in video art, glitchart.com is his website. But new video synth. I've decided to name this one after I got to name all the video synths after pop stars. So this one is named Uffy after the queen of pop, Uffy. And so tonight we are glitching some clips from the Mitch Mitchell Variety Hour. Which Mitch, what is the Mitch Mitchell Variety Hour?
Well, so I've always wanted to have a talk show. I just picture myself that's who I want to be, a boisterous late night talk show host, unlike any we've ever seen before. And so that's what the Variety Hour is. It's been my vehicle for just kind of making shit for the past couple of years. I don't put out episodes super often. I did season 1 from, I think, 2017 to 2018 or 19, and that's 3 episodes. And then we have season 2, episode 1 out. Season 2, episode 2 is coming very soon.
Yeah, when do you know when it's coming? Just very soon?
I don't know. I have a couple more things that I have to shoot and edit. We're pretty close. We have a lot of really good stuff coming up in this episode. It's my Omnia Sol Art Show crossover episode.
Yeah.
So there's a very cool interview with you that I'm very excited to show everyone. I have an interview with drag queen Irregular Girl, and I have the first ever segment of the queer dating video dating show. I'm going to have a video dating show where people submit clips of themselves. And I'm really excited. I hope we get some people to fall in love.
That'd be amazing. Yeah. A perfect matchmaker. I'm very excited. Yeah. So this is the first, what do they call them? Swap casts in the podcasting world of you go on my show, I go on your show, which, there's probably video community that does that too, but I don't know, I'm very excited to have you on the show, get you to see the process, because my first video circuit bender, video processor, video synthesizer, whatever you want to call it, Charlie, we actually have joint custody over that. So sometimes I'm using Charlie on the show, sometimes you have Charlie to edit your own video. And I guess we got this last year, and been going strong ever since, making some glitch art. How did you come up with the idea for the Variety Hour?
How did I come up with the original idea, or how do I come up with new ideas?
So you kind of wanted to be a late night talk show host.
Yeah.
And I know you've talked about kind of emulating Pee Wee Herman, and what are your other influences to that? Do you like other late night shows in general, or is it more you enjoy the deconstructed form of, I know Eric Andre, for instance, got a lot of drew a lot from like Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, which was like a riff on late night. Do you consider yourself in that same vein, or something different, something new?
Yeah, in that vein, I would like to be, I hope. I think my friend Ferris once described the Variety Hour as Pee Wee Herman meets Eric Andre, and that was very flattering, because those are definitely two of my big influences. Yeah, I like the bastardization of the talk show, you know.
Absolutely. So that has been... What am I glitching tonight? So moving right along, we are going to go ahead into our second segment, which is a lot of people's favorite segment. People write in all the time, get letters, emails, people call and leave voicemails. It's too much sometimes. People comment. They say, I love this segment of the show. If you don't keep doing this segment of the show, there's going to be some issues.
I remember we were stopped on the street one time by some rabid fans.
Yeah,
who were just
chasing me down.
Chasing you relentlessly.
Like Beatles mania.
Yeah.
Like the reason the Beatles stopped going on tour is the same reason I don't know if this show can go on tour, because people are like hounding me down. And the same question every time, the same question they always ask is, what am I drinking tonight? So tonight, I was drinking a chocolate milkshake, and I made the mistake of finishing it before we hit record. So now I am drinking I got a burp too. Oh, sorry, folks at home. I'm not gonna edit that out. Well, one of the reasons I am burping is because I am drinking a strawberry flavored bubbly water, a sparkling water. I will not name the brand, and because I refuse to name the brand until they sponsor me. If you sponsor me, and sponsoring me can go as far as just sending me some free beverages, I will plug your stuff. But until then, it's just a generic club soda. Mitch, Mitch?
No free clout.
No free clout. Not on this show. Mitch, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm still drinking my milkshake. I'm drinking a cake batter milkshake with whipped cream, a cherry, and sprinkles on top from The Freeze in Logan Square.
I don't know if my milkshake had a cherry on top or not.
No, I don't think that it did. For some reason, they only asked me if I wanted toppings on mine, and they saw me walk in and they were like, "No expense spared for this gentleman's milkshake."
Yeah, absolutely. No, they saw you like that is a Taurus with a Leo rising and a Gemini moon.
He needs a cherry on top.
We are gonna upsell this milkshake. So does the cake batter? Is their cake batter in the actual milkshake?
No, that would slap. It's just like cake batter flavored, which is still very
cake batter
good.
Flavor. Okay. Yeah. Like vanilla ice cream base?
Kinda, yeah. It's vanilla-y, but it's more like sugary for sure, sweeter.
I saw the sprinkles and I was like, that looks dank.
Kind of funfetti-ish, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Love a good funfetti. Mm-hmm. And you got a bottle of water too. What can you tell me about that water?
So this water came from my lead-ridden kitchen sink in Chicago, Illinois.
Nice. We are in Sunrise Studios right now, and which is a room in my apartment. But we actually did a test with the city to see if there was enough lead. Because apparently if you have enough lead in your pipes in Chicago, which is the majority of Chicago, they give you a water filter.
Yeah, that happened at the last house I lived
in.
At Flood House, we did that.
We did the test, and they were like, the lead is so microscopic that we're not going to give you a filter.
Damn.
So there probably still is lead in my water, but it's not enough that I've noticed yet.
Yeah, so. I don't really like filtered water that much, to be honest. I always prefer sink tap water. I think I've just been drinking lead water my whole life growing up around here.
Yeah, I'm so accustomed to the tap.
Love some lead.
Have you ever had Fiji water?
Probably.
This is not a plug for Fiji water by any means, because I'm going to talk shit about it a little bit. I feel like it's addicting, but I also feel like it tastes like when you lick an envelope. Like, that glue flavor? Like, I've never had water until I had Fiji water that, like, you drink it and it dries out your mouth.
Ugh.
Like... But it's like addicting at the same time because it's got like electrolytes in it. So it is hydrating, but it doesn't feel like it's hydrating.
Weird.
And it's very expensive. So fuck you, Fiji.
Yeah, fuck you.
But anyways, that was... what am I drinking tonight? Okay, so we are coming up on about 10 minutes. Usually around like 15 minutes, I play the first song of the show. But depending on where the conversation's going, we'll figure that out. For the music tonight, our featured artist is Mitch's band Noiseland, which you play the bass in, correct?
Yeah.
Introduced you as the bassist, so I hope I was right. And not to put you on the spot here, but what song? What do you what should our first song should be? What do you want the listeners to hear? As granted, if they're longtime watchers of the show, the very first episode we had a Noiseland song.
I remember, yeah.
I don't remember which one. It was from the second EP, I believe.
Yeah, I don't remember which song we did either.
Do you want me to look up and show you what songs are available?
Yeah.
So the first EP, we've got. Wait, I hope it didn't stop recording. No, it's still recording. Good. So the second EP, we've got Harsh Realm, which has the song Harsh Realm, Not My Finest Hour, Chew, Goth Song, Narcolepsy Sleepover Mix.
We should do Harsh Realm for sure.
Realm?
That's like one of my new contemporary favorites from our repertoire.
So what do you want to tell the viewer at home about Harsh Realm? For someone who's never listened to Noiseland before, do you just want them to go in, just never like... I guess the question is, what is Noiseland?
So it's me and my friends Max and James, who have been collaborating with each other for a really long time. They both used to live in Texas together, and they have been making music for a super long time together. It's really cool to work with them and see them work with each other. They both play guitar and I play bass. We have a drum machine right now going as our rhythm section. And yeah, I don't know. They're both like amazing guitarists, like really good songwriters in my opinion. And it's really fun to work with them because I do not really know how to play music that much. This is my first band that I've ever been in. And so yeah, I'm kind of just vibing, honestly, just hanging out, and I just play whatever notes Max tells me to.
I love that.
Yeah, she's also a Gemini moon.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, and James is a Gemini sun. I don't remember his moon sign.
Why are there so many Gemini moons in Chicago?
Literally, like, what?
What drew us all here?
I think we have to all just be around each other because we're the only ones that can handle each other.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because I also, listeners at home might not know, but I am a Libra sun, Leo rising. We got 2 Leo risings here and Gemini moon. So
yeah, we got
a powerful, very airy energy in the house tonight. Okay, so the song is Harsh Realm. The artist band is Noiseland. The Bandcamp is noise-land.bandcamp.com. The EP is Harsh Realm, so go check it out. We will be back with you after the song.
Every word
All right, we are back. The song was Harsh Realm. The artist was Noise Land off the EP Harsh Realm, noise-land.bandcamp.com. And we are back. How does it feel, Mitch, to be back after that song? You did so good.
Thank you. It was a live performance, actually.
Yeah, I had the whole band here.
We were all rocking.
You wouldn't believe it.
I actually had a dream recently that I played a show with my brother's band and that our mom kept like jumping up in between songs and jumping on the mic to like tell everybody how to find both of our bands on Bandcamp, but she was giving wrong directions.
Oh no.
Because she really doesn't know.
Yeah.
One time she tried to get me to help her and I was like, oh, I don't have the patience for this. I'm not a strong man.
Yeah.
But it was a funny dream.
I had my dream. Do you want to guess what my dream was?
Was it about VHS tapes?
No, it was about movies though. So I had a dream that's very, very on brand that I went to a diner and the seating for the diner, everyone got their own movie theater and you got to pick out what you wanted to watch while you ate diner food. Like every table had its own theater. So you were by yourself at a table eating diner food. And so I got to watch Space Jam on a giant screen movie theater while eating waffles. Then I went to the arcade in the movie theater and I tried to play one of the Tekken games on the arcade, but like it wasn't working. I think it's one of those things where if you try to read in a dream, reading doesn't work, or you look for street signs and they keep changing. It was like that, but every time I put $1 in to play the game, it would just eat my dollar and then replay the intro to the game.
Oh no.
And so it just kept eating my money. But before that, it definitely still wasn't a nightmare. It was just annoying to have your money stolen. But before that, it was like, that's a dream come true. Like a diner cinema. Make it happen, America.
That's the most Omnia Sol dream I've ever heard in my life.
Really is. Eventually, I want to do a diner episode when we're all like, when everyone's fully vaccinated, when we can go eat at restaurants and not feel weird about it. I'd like to do an episode. I don't know how annoying this would be because I'd like to record the audio while eating in a diner too.
Yeah.
And then do the video of like different diner episodes like Pulp Fiction, My Dinner with Andre, which isn't technically in a diner, but they are eating. Mm-hmm. Those are the two. I know there's other diner movies.
The scene in Breaking Bad where they're in the diner and he's like, Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yes, the meme scene. Yes, yeah. Absolutely. I need to make a cohesive list of all the diner episodes. Did you ever watch Euphoria? Did you watch Euphoria?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
They did the first season, but they did 2 specials like that they filmed during COVID because they were able to like distance enough, but they did one in a diner, which is so good because then the talent was like 2 people, so everyone else wears masks well, and then you only have the talent living in either a universe before COVID or a universe where COVID never happened. But like very limit your exposure, but that's such a good like there's a word for it in TV.
Bottle episode.
Love a bottle episode. Technically, every episode of the Omnia Sol art show is a bottle episode.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's all
in one place. Yeah.
Okay, we are going to go ahead and move to our next segment, which is the segment where I read Your Fortune. And usually we do a collective. Well, actually, no. I'm going to play the intro and then we'll get into it. Card of the show. Okay, so normally for card of the show, we do a collective reading where I shuffle the cards 3 times and whatever card I pull is a collective reading for the show. We could do it that way, or if you just want a reading for yourself. What kind of reading do you want, Mitch?
Let's do all of us.
Let's do all of us?
This is for me and the audience.
Okay, do you have a question, though?
I
was thinking maybe like what if we were just doing you. I was thinking like maybe like what is the future of the Mitch Mitchell Variety Hour, or like where should you take the Mitch Mitchell Variety Hour?
Yeah.
But do you have a specific question?
That sounds good to me. Where should I take the Variety Hour?
Okay. And then if you are at home If you have a variety hour, then this applies to you.
And if not, fuck you.
Okay, so shuffle number 1. Hey, there's your cat on the screen.
That's Felix. He's the baby boy. He was a tiny baby when I shot this.
Aww. And he was still so full of evil.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much since day one.
So that line across the screen, I think on the top there, I think what causes that is my camera, if I do 1080, I can only do 30 frames per second. If I change it and make it smaller and do 720 at 60 frames per second, it's not as pronounced. It's not always there. You get it more when the screen is rolling, but occasionally it'll get stuck there and I have to move the lens around or turn the camera off and on, and then it goes away. At 60 frames per second, I didn't see it as much, with the exception of the occasionally it wouldn't be a thick line like that. Occasionally it'd be a whole shadow on the screen of one part was completely discolored. And I don't know if I just need a better camera. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it's a learning process.
Totally.
Okay, so card of the show. What was the question again? Where to take the Mitch Mitchell Variety Hour?
Yeah.
Okay, where to take the Mitch Mitchell Variety Hour. We'll expand it to where should your creative projects go? Exactly, so that way people can see it more as collective. Okay. Ooh, we have the Death card, which seems worse than it is, because it's not saying this is the end of the show. It's not saying the show will die. The Death card in tarot, especially the Rider-Waite-Smith Death, is all about transformation. There is the reminder of you have a king, a child, an old person. All these people will eventually face death. But the main thing to take away with the Rider-Waite-Smith is, although death comes from us all, there is this rising sunshine and also this flag of a white flower of rejuvenation. So it's a lot of times it's death to unnecessary things and a rebirth or a renewal. So I would say to try to take the Variety Hour or your creative projects in a new direction. It doesn't have to necessarily be with the next episode, because I know you have the next episode coming out soon, but see what you can do to transform it, but also keep in mind that regardless, a transformation is coming.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind with your creative projects. We'll go ahead and see what the book says as well. Actually, I have a guest, so why doesn't Mitch read from the book today? We're going to do that instead.
Upright. The end, positive change, transformation, renewal, rebirth, new ideas, new opportunities. Inevitable change is occurring in your life, a rebirth in thought and deed. With this comes a change in lifestyle and a renewed strength of spirit. Wonderful new ideas and opportunities are at your fingertips. But for this change to occur, you must go through a period of destruction and transformation of the old. A new life awaits you and is full of promise. As you move forward, you will feel liberated. This will affect you physically. The change in lifestyle will improve your physical well-being and help you avoid illness and disease. You may also experience reincarnation memories as you break free from the destiny of past lives which had held you back.
All right, so hopefully that is auto-tuned. If it's not, then Adobe Audition. What's your problem? But I want to talk to the president of Adobe.
Yeah.
Because I want to auto-tune and Adobe Audition keeps crashing. And how much time did we spend on that?
We spent quite a while on that. I think that was
10 minutes?
Yeah, serious discrimination against the video podcasting community.
Absolutely. Come on. That's why you never hear any famous music producers I get that Premiere is the industry standard with video art, but you never hear T-Pain's not oh, I do my auto-tune in Adobe Audition. He's T-Pain does his auto-tune in GarageBand.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, maybe we should
he's
take
that's
a
in that book. I haven't figured out how to use GarageBand. It seems complicated, but yeah, T-Pain does his auto-tune in GarageBand, and I'm going to switch. Adobe Audition, this is a promise. If you don't get your shit together and you don't fix your auto-tune, so when you try to use the auto-tune plugin, everything crashes. If you don't fix this, you have a week. You have a week to respond to Adobe Audition. If it's not fixed in a week, I'm learning how GarageBand works. But anyways, that has been your
God of the Show.
All right. So, what song do you want to hear next? What do you want the second song to be? From Noiseland is the band, noise-land.bandcamp.com. The song is... Do you want to do another song from Harshland?
Yeah, Harsh Realm.
Why am I calling... Oh, it's Noiseland.
I kind of like that, Harshland.
Harshland. The album is... The EP is Harsh Realm. Tell me about the... before we get into the song... Tell me about the cover to Harsh Realm.
Yeah, so I made this album cover. That is a picture of my grandfather, Stanley Mitchell, doing hypnosis. He was a hypnotist, and he did hypnosis.
Hypnotist doing hypnosis, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he was very hip. He was doing hypnosis. That's a picture. I never met him. He passed away before I was born by just a few years, but he was super cool. He was married to my grandma Sally, who's like my favorite person ever, and he was a UFO hunter and a professional hypnotist.
UFO hunter, really?
Yeah.
We should get a hypnotist on the show.
Yeah.
And then we can have a segment called Hypnosis on TOSAS.
Yeah.
And then I can get hypnotized. I tried to get hypnotized. There was a guy in it because we went to we're both fellow Salukis, then to Southern Illinois University in Carbondale, and there was a hypnotist in the dorms who was one of the RAs in the dorm I lived at, and he did like a magic / hypnotism show.
Whoa.
And tried to hypnotize me for like entertainment purposes because he'd go into hypnosis and then be like, oh, like, sound like this animal, and then someone would sound like it. From what I've heard, that kind of hypnosis, you, like, have to, like, be into it. And I wasn't skeptical at all. I thought it was going to work, but it didn't work because I wasn't hypnotized. And I don't know if that kind of hypnosis is mostly acting and, like, because it's fun, people are going along with it, or if they're actually hypnotized. I do think hypnotism works, though.
Yeah.
Because I know, obviously, like, you can, like, there are thought ways to, like, hypnotize yourself. But then there's also, like, I know people who... I had a teacher who was, like, an avid, like a chain smoker. She went to a hypnotist and was like, I want to quit smoking. So she was hypnotized to quit smoking. Now every time she's around tobacco smoke, it makes her nauseous.
Yeah, I think that my grandfather did a lot of that, actually, because, people trying to smoke will often try anything, and hypnotism seems to actually work really well for some people for that. Also, like, I know he worked with, like, phobias and stuff like that. He treated an actress who was in a couple Hitchcock films. I don't know her name, though, but she had stage fright and was an actress, and so, like, obviously that wasn't going to work out, so he helped her overcome that through hypnosis, which is just, like, mind-blowing to me.
And it can help you get a better job.
Yeah.
If you've seen the movie Office Space,
right?
He's hypnotized and it doesn't come out of the hypnosis and decides, I'm not going to do those TS reports, or what are they called?
I don't remember what
TSA reports.
It's been so long since I've seen Office Space.
So it's a solid movie.
That was Mike Judge, right?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a popcorn classic. He because the character Milton started out as like an animation.
Yeah.
And then he like turned it into a whole movie.
Yeah. That's cool.
Shout out to Mike Judge. If you ever want to be on the show, Mike, I can interview you about the last King of the Hill episode. Was Boomhauer really a secret agent the whole time? Or wasn't he like a Texas Ranger or something? There was some like big reveal at the end of King of the Hill.
Yeah.
What are those? I need to know what those reports are called. You can tell the audience something.
Well, so on the subject of Office Space and King of the Hill, the guy that plays Bill is the guy in the movie who's like obsessed with the staplers or whatever.
That's the guy from the animation. then.
Oh,
That's Milton or whatever.
That's so interesting.
Melvin, I don't know. Anyways, it's a TPS report.
Oh yeah.
All right. Anyways, enough talk of Office Space, because that's not where we're glitching tonight. We're glitching the Mitch Mitchell Variety Hour. And what song are we going to play next?
Let's play Goth Song.
Goth Song. The song, Goth Song, the band Noiseland, the EP Harsh Realm, noise-land.bandcamp.com. We will be back with you
after this song.
Yep. Okay, so the song was Goth Song by Noiseland, and when right before we left off for the song, after I hit record, I was like, Mitch, you're a natural at this. And then Mitch tells me the coolest story ever. So tell the viewers at home this story.
So my dad was actually a radio host for a number of years. He went to school also at SIU, where me and Omnia went. and he was on the radio show there at WIDB, and that was like our student radio station. Bob Odenkirk also was at SIU at the same time as my dad, and he also had a show on WIDB. They were never like on the same show together, but their shows like were right after each other, so sometimes they would come and talk on the other person's show a little bit. So I have radio like clips of my dad hanging out with Bob Odenkirk. And that also the story goes that WIDB, because it was in the basement of our school student center, stands for "We in the Basement," which I think is
so funny. I love Bob Odenkirk, and now I really want to like dig up these recordings.
Yeah, me too. He's also my dad. I like asked my dad what he was like in college, and he was like, I don't know. He was kind of weird, and I was like, yeah, that probably makes sense. I guess like at a party once, he was trying to get everybody to do whippets. And my dad was like, dude, no.
I have been told that this is not a drug endorsement at all, but I've been told whippets are awesome.
Really?
By some sources that I will not disclose. But I've heard whippets are pretty awesome.
I have always been a poppers guy, but I would love to try whippets.
And I've heard poppers like compared to, I've never done whippets, but I've heard poppers like compare. But I don't know. I don't. It's not the type of show to do whippets on the show.
Yeah.
But who knows? You know.
I mean, if you get Bob Odenkirk as a guest, then
this is a promise for the folks at home watching the Omnia Sol art show. If we get Bob Odenkirk on the show to talk about his new film Nobody, or Better Call Saul, or as they call it in the industry, just Saul, apparently on production. 'Cause apparently. Granted, this might hurt me getting Bob Odenkirk on the show. I've heard Bob Odenkirk's very nice. I've heard people who work production on Better Call Saul are fucking assholes.
Really?
And it will just like extremely pretentious.
Wow.
And they're like, oh yeah, I worked on Saul.
It's like stupid.
Yeah. It's a great show. I do love that show.
Yeah.
But if I get Bob Odenkirk on the show, it is a campaign promise. We're gonna do some whippets. Anyways. We are going to go ahead and move to our final segment of the show. It is the segment where I read from a book, but Mitch had the idea to switch it up. You know, a lot of glitching we do on this show is VHS tapes. So in honor of the video home system, Mitch is going to go ahead and read from the back of the VHS tape for this section, which is called... It's time for words. It's time for words. It's time for words. Words.
It's a really fun copy. I'm excited to read this.
Okay, so for words, what are we reading tonight?
I'm reading the back of the Spy Kids 2 VHS sleeve.
Okay.
Here we go. There's evidence that UFOs really do exist, and this video lets you see the proof with your own eyes. Uncover the secrets surrounding the infamous Area 51 and the controversial alien autopsy. Plus, a collection of private film clips of UFO sightings further prove that fact is indeed stranger than fiction. See for yourself in an in-depth investigation of the military installation known as Area 51. You'll discover that Area 51, featured in ID4 Independence Day, is a very real place with real security and very real secrets. In 1995, the world's curiosity was set on fire with the discovery of lost black and white film footage which graphically shows the autopsy of an alien recovered in 1947. Could this be the case that nears us toward the truth? Finally, various UFO sightings are captured on film from individuals just like you. These clips provide brief glimpses into the unknown and make us wonder if perhaps, quote, we are not alone, end quote. Examine the evidence. Then decide yourself if you've been exposed to something very real, the truth.
So I do not remember that in Spy Kids 2 at all.
It's been a long time since I think either of us have seen it.
Yeah, I remember Steve Buscemi has that great line about maybe God doesn't come down because he's afraid of what he created. Yeah. And apparently that was about aliens. I did not know that Spy Kids 2 took that turn, but it sounds more and more like a documentary.
Spy Kids 2 was a documentary.
Yeah. Honestly. Apparently.
Like, literally.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for reading that. That's very informative. I think the audience will get a lot out of that on this segment of It's time for words, words, word. It's time for words, words, words. It's time for words, words, words. Words, words, words. All right, so before we close out the show, one final episode of this swap cast with Mitch Mitchell. As everyone knows, I am a collector of VHS tapes. Mitch also is a collector of VHS tapes. So Mitch, when did you get into the collection of video home systems?
I don't remember. I was inspired by VHS Girl, our mutual friend.
Yep.
Because
shout out to Katie.
Yeah, seriously. And I was like, damn. I think in college I started because the Goodwill down there, you could buy 5 tapes for $1. Mm-hmm. So my roommates and I would just like load up on VHS tapes, and then I started my own copy or my own version, my own collection.
Yeah.
Once I moved up here and had my own space, really. And it's really easy to start actually, because once people find out that you're like the VHS person, they'll just unload all their tapes on you whenever they move, or whenever they're like, helping their grandma move or something. And so I have just amassed so many over the years from people being like, oh, I don't want this shit anymore. Mitch, you can have it.
That's definitely how my collection started. The 5 for $1, and people just, you can find so many VHS tapes just everywhere. Thrift stores. There's a running joke in On Cinema where like he finds that he like gets storage units full of them. Greg does, or like there's one scene where he's like getting them from an alley, like they've clearly been like thrown out by someone.
That's how I got my whole entire Twin Peaks.
Really?
My ex-wife Vivian found it in a dumpster.
Nice. We've had Vivian's music on the Pansy on the Giant Robots episode. So call back to Giant Robots. Check it out if you haven't already. This is episode 17, but I feel like you can watch out of order.
Yeah.
There is like continuity, I feel like, from episode to episode. You can watch the evolution, or if you just want to... How can people jump in on the Mitch Mitchell Variety Hour? What's the best place to start? From the very beginning, or just jump in with these new episodes?
You can jump in with the new episodes, and then if you're a real head like myself, you can go back and watch the others.
Nice.
But,
real Mitch head.
Yeah, Mitch head.
Cool. All right, we're getting closer to ending the episode. What do you want to plug? Obviously, Mitch Mitchell Variety Hour, new episodes coming soon.
Yeah, you can follow me on YouTube. I don't remember my YouTube URL. I don't even know if I have a YouTube URL, but I have a YouTube account, and it's the Mitch Mitchell Variety Hour. Just search that; it'll come up.
I can link it in the show notes. Also, I noticed you are over 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
Did you know this?
I think so. Yeah, because I think that's how I have a custom URL.
You can. I was gonna say you can set a custom URL, because I looked up your YouTube and it was just YouTube / like channel with a bunch of like numbers or whatever.
Oh.
Unless there's an actual link. I think I just searched Mitch Mitchell Variety Hour, and that's what came up. If you don't have a custom, you should make a custom.
Yeah.
Because that's a dream of mine. Right now I'm at 26 or 7 subscribers.
Tell your friends.
One day. Yeah, tell your friend. Honestly, I feel like that's the best way to spread the show. Both Mitch Mitchell Variety Hour and the Omnia Sol Art Show. If you like the show, tell a friend. You can support the show, patreon.com/Omnia Sol Art. Website, omniasol.art. $1 a month to get all the bonus episodes as well as live episodes, which I'm hoping to do more of those. And thank your lucky stars. This episode was not delayed because the past couple episodes have been delayed, but we are back to weekly in the Sunrise Studios, baby.
Yeah, baby.
If you like the show, tell a friend. If you really, really like the show, become a patron. Help my dreams come true of bringing you this show weekly, uninterrupted. Anything else? YouTube, Noiseland.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter. I'm Czarmitch, CZAR Mitch. Follow me on Instagram, mitch.mitchell.tv. Let's be friends. Let's hang out.
Absolutely. All right. Cool. Anything else before we go?
Thanks so much for having me. This was so fun.
Absolutely. Thanks for being on the show.
Yes.
Oh, and closing out in the credits, this is actually Nikki's video, continuity from last episode. So with the Variety Hour, there's a lot of people who like submit stuff to it, including Nikki, who was our featured musician. So it all comes full circle. Anyways, we will be back with you next week. So have a good week. All right. Anything you want to say goodbye?
Bye, guys.
Bye.